Good morning, lovely friends. Welcome back. I think today is the day to go look at some beauty. I just wanted to show you all my morning view while watering. I just love it. My kids are playing in the driveway. My daughter is doing bubbles over there. Here comes my son. He likes to help me water. Uh-oh. Except that hose. Oh no, did it trip you? Oh, do you have a boo-boo? Come here. Come here. I got you. But it just looks so pretty with the sunlight streaming in the morning. And I don't know, I just love coming out here to water everything, especially the rose garden when it's really lit up. Do you have bubbles? Look at how happy this Bobo hydrangea is. My goodness, this thing gets, I think 3 to 4 feet tall. It's a miniature hydrangea, but the blooms on this are so beautiful. Wow, it's just so happy here. All right, guys, are we gonna find some catmint?
Yeah.
Walker's Low Nepeta, I guess is the other name.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some sirens going on. Hopefully everything's okay. Maybe we should say a little prayer in case somebody's in a wreck. All right, let's go look through the nursery, see what we can find. Elam's my little companion here, riding on the cart. Look at all the color. Isn't it pretty, Elam? Look at these. Look at these delicate little blossoms. What is this? Lanai peach, or Lanai peach trailing verbena. Verbena. I'm not sure how you say it. Isn't that pretty? So I found catmint. That's not it actually. This is, my son's just looking at that. No, 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 be careful. Gentle, gentle. Good job, Elam, good job. Look at the beautiful flowers this nursery has. So they have it here. It's Walker's Low Nepeta or catmint. We went to a garden, a local arboretum and garden this weekend, and they had this planted in all the beds. And I just really want to put this between our rose bushes. It spreads like crazy. So I'm thinking it'll create kind of a structured, well, non-structured border. The only thing, these are huge and they're kind of expensive. I've seen them much smaller for $10. So I'm debating maybe getting like 1 or 2 specimens and then maybe planting in some smaller ones next year. Hello, beautiful friends. I wanted to take a few minutes today to talk about some of my gardening dreams and go over what I want this space to eventually look like. I mentioned in a previous video with our garden tour that I have lots of plans, so I'm gonna go over those now. When I started thinking up what I want my garden to be, somebody told me to begin with the end in mind. So even if right now I can't financially afford to put every plant in that I would ever want, I don't have the money to do all the hardscapes I want, all of those sort of things, I wanted to go ahead and envision where I want this garden to be in 20 or 30 years or 5 or 10 years from now, and kind of think about what is the end goal. So do you want eventually to be able to grow vegetables and food in your garden? Do you only want it with ornamental plants? Do you want shade gardens and sun gardens? So for me, I love the beauty of English gardens, and I get so much joy from walking out among plants. They just reduce my anxiety, my depression that I've struggled with at times. And I know that the type of garden I want, the vision that I have, will take a lot of maintenance. I'm okay with that because the maintenance itself is what has brought me out of some dark places. By having to go out and take care of plants, by having to get out in the sunlight and be physically active and weed my garden beds, I find myself just frequently brought back to a joyful place. And so I can see myself, even as I get older, wanting to still maintain a garden. But I also want to keep in mind that sometimes when you get older, you know, parts of your body fail, your knees hurt, you can't get down in garden beds as much. So I want a garden that over time has areas that are not needed to maintain and areas that could be backed off on if, I don't know, if health issues arose. So I like to sketch, and I drew this little visionary sketch here of some ideas for the side garden on our house. And one of the big things is I drew in some hardscape paths and seating areas because I really want a central circle on the side of our house. In the evenings, you get shade over there. It's beautiful. It's so pleasant. I want a space where I can sit with people and chat and just have community. And I also want it to be surrounded by shrubs and flowers. So this is my goal design. I thought I would share this with you all. I thought it would be so neat on the side of my house to have a circular sort of patio seating area with hardscape paths that go off to the back of the house and to the front of the house. And then I would like some paths that venture out like the face of a clock into smaller little garden rooms. And then the edge here would be the hedge that we're trying to grow up that gives privacy from the neighbors. And so potentially in one of these rooms, I could be growing some vegetable garden beds, and another one could be some beautiful perennials, another one could be something different. And the idea is that you have this central circle where you can sit in the evenings or sit with family or friends, but they can each wander into kind of what's a secret room and find the beauty within. And I love the idea too of putting like evergreen type of dividers between the rooms so that they are secret and just something different. So I share that with you guys because, and sorry, there's somebody doing yard work in the distance. It is so many years away before I get to these dreams. I want to be here. If I could envision my perfect, beautiful garden around this house, this is where it would be. If it takes 20 years to get here, that's fine. But I wanted you all to know that when I put plants in, I had to come up with a vision. So you're not just putting random plants wherever you want. It's the idea that I want to get here. So maybe this year we can just afford to put in the plants for the hedge. Maybe in the following years we work on some of the hardscape pathways and then work on the evergreen plantings in between. A garden is always accomplished in stages, and things take years to grow and establish. And so it won't be done as quickly as I would like. I would love it all to be just instantly here, make this poof happen out of my head into the reality. But I think it's never too late to dream, and we should always take our dreams to the end of where do we want to go? What dream do you have today? Maybe it's not gardening, but do you have a dream that have you thought about the end point where you could see yourself that far down the line? And in this, my garden is incorporated into my dream because I can see it being a place of relaxation, beauty, and connection with community. I love to have people over to our home. I love to host things. And it would be such a delight to take them out into the garden rooms and watch their expressions and their joy as the plants bring them the joy that it brings me. And I'll just kind of close with, I had a neighbor today walk by and he said that it just delights him and brings him so much pleasure every morning to walk by our front rose bed. And he said a lot of the houses in this neighborhood kind of just go with typical landscaping, which looks nice, but it doesn't really delight the senses. And I told him, I said, that is the best compliment you could have given me, because that's exactly what I want to do when I put a plant into the ground. Is I want to delight the senses. It's not just for me selfishly, it's so that other people can enjoy it too when they walk by, and you can give back to others. I think gardening is just terrific. So if you tuned into my channel, my name's Morgan. I'm hoping to post every day here on Life and Lilacs, a little something from our home life or our garden, or something with the kids. I'm gonna be hanging out here all summer, and I'm so glad you could join me today. And if you haven't, go take a look at the video. I'll link it below. That is our garden tour from yesterday. and it'll show you kind of the foundation plants we're starting with, so that eventually we can get to this dream that I have. And if you all have any recommendations for hardscape, I'm still thinking through what would be the best materials for the hardscape paths. I've thought through bricks and cobblestones and flagstones, and I have lots of ideas. It's just hard to narrow it down. So I want to kind of keep gathering information and ideas from others, and I know you guys have some good stuff to contribute. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.